Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Unfiltered Truth. I am your host, Phil Robinson. With me, my man's, the homie, media savant, knowledge extraordinaire. This guy here, Phil Jones. Phil, what's up, brother?
Yo, what's up? What's up? How you guys doing?
Listen, we got a lot to get into because apparently today on March 8th, 2022, the NFL season has 2022 season has unofficially opened for business and started making moves in a major way. So we didn't even get a chance to even talk about Calvin Ridley and the stupidity of betting on foot on your own team. So we'll put that off towards later in the show. But the number one we've started off the day with the big news of Aaron Rodgers returning to the pack and a move that was pretty much expected, more of
Yeah,
expected than not. He's going to finish his career in Green Bay. The terms of his deal were passed off as 5 years, 200 million. I heard about a clause that said basically if somebody gets paid more than he does, he gets a bump up to $1 million over what they get.
yeah.
Uh, I don't, but he's come out since and said that he will be coming back to the Packers, but some of these numbers and these details were inaccurate.
Look, overall, they have it set up where they can move the money that they wanted to do. So for Devontae Adams, a few other players, just have the wiggle room where they're not cap strapped or in salary cap hell where they were pretty much a couple months ago, well, really a month ago.
No, I totally agree with that. And with all the moves that they made, all the space that they've cleared, it was going to be interesting to see what Aaron Rodgers' contract actually looks like in terms of how much do they get to take off the books because his cap number was 39 million, 38 million, something like that.
I want to see if I can bring it up because I'm curious about it. I know
Yeah,
not spot track, but
over the cap.
over the cap sometimes would already have it set up, or if they already do have the details to it. Uh, let's see.
Okay. Well, while you're looking that up, so once news of that hit, it was inferred and not too far and assumed that the Green Bay Packers would be franchise tagging wide receiver Devontae Adams. And they would later, in fact, do just that. And it broke the hearts of so many of you in Raider Nation. And I know that it stings and that he was supposed to be the chosen one and come to Las Vegas, reunite with Derek, sign a $30 million a year deal, and everything was supposed to be a variation of hunky dory that I've never seen.
So I'm looking at it right now. So as we see, he's what about 46 mil, and then technically 2023 is the void year. I don't know if this has fully been updated yet, but
Mm-hmm.
let me double check. Double check. Let me see if I can pull something up. Nah, they said guy from over the cap. They said they won't have the numbers until probably about tomorrow, maybe, or maybe middle of the night.
Okay. Well, then we'll look for it later on tonight. Uh,
But
franchise tags also came out. So as I mentioned, Devontae Adams got one. Mike Gesicki, the tight end for the Dolphins, got one. Dalton Schultz got one early this morning, the tight end for the Cowboys. Cam Robinson got tagged for the second straight year for the Jaguars. Orlando Brown got tagged earlier this morning for the Chiefs. Let's see, am I missing anybody? Jesse Bates from Cincinnati, the free safety, was tagged. And David Njoku, believe it or not, was tagged by the Browns.
Yeah, and one guy to keep an eye out, because I know we're going to have to really see if we can try to solidify a little bit more pieces on the defense. They're going to probably look to get what's his name? Was it Harold? Damn. I said his name from Tennessee. I'm really having a brain fart right now because that shit.
Yo.
That shit really got me.
Graham Harrell? No, Sam Harrell. That's Howell, but he's North Carolina.
No, Harold Landry.
Oh, yeah, I was getting ready to say.
They're gonna probably look to try to make a move for him, but then again, Harold Landry could be signed in Tennessee. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, he's looking to get paid. He's looking to break the bank. Also, JC Jackson was allowed to test the waters. So those were a couple of the big names and guys who didn't get tagged and are allowed to keep moving. Marcus Williams. And then we got to the next order of business, which was Russell Wilson being traded from Seattle to the in-division Denver Broncos for 2 firsts, 2 seconds, and a 5th that can become a 3rd, I believe.
Yeah.
Depending on if they make the playoffs or not, or win 10 games or something like that.
It's about like that. The West is batshit crazy right now. All I can really say, Phil, all I really can say is this. I don't care what you did fucking last year. You know what you're getting out of these quarterbacks. You already got Patrick Mahomes. Fucking Herbert. Now Wilson. And then McCarr. I'm like, you're looking at the weight. You're really looking at the weight of everything right now. And Derek Carr is really your 4th quarterback in the West.
So, now is the time to really have this discussion.
Do you really want to have that discussion? I don't think they're ready for that shit.
Now's the time to have this discussion.
I don't think they're ready for that shit.
Now's the time.
There's always somebody that's going to come back, and then have their panties in a twist. I don't know if they can handle that shit.
Say, well, I'm going to spin it on you and kick it to you a different way. Based off the way that the season ended in Seattle, is Russell Wilson better than Derek Carr?
I missed 3 games, and I still managed to throw more touchdowns than them.
And you missed 3 games and didn't go to the playoffs, and Derek did.
If I don't miss those 3 games, we're possibly looking at the playoffs.
It's a possibility. But I'm looking at Russell and his play for the season, and Russell got some real heavy legs. Russell is not getting around like Russell used to get around. He still runs more than Carr. He still is more athletic than Carr, but Russell's quickness factor is slowly dissipating. Now, that could also be that the absolute beast that he had to try to run away from in the NFC West were some nightmarish figures that he just couldn't get away from, which is entirely possible as well.
Well, let's put it like this. Even when he was within the pocket, that O-line was missing blocks worse than what we were dealing with. And you good and damn well saw the same thing I saw. I'm like, how did he blow right past him? You have a guy in Gabe Jackson that is, oh, wait, did we trade him? Because, we were having the same problem. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we did.
So, if we trade a guy that we were having a problem with, with missing blocks on pass protection. He does the same thing. I mean, come on, Phil.
Well, it comes down to something that I said on another show. It's like when you talk about a certain individual, and we're gonna Voldemort treatment from here on out. I'm not even mention his name.
God
We'll
damn, we
be
get
like
him Baltimore treatment.
whom we do not mention, whom we do not speak of. Said some people get a leeway, and Stu said this on one of Graf's lives. Said depending on how much money you make, you get a leeway for certain. That guy gets a leeway for certain things that other guys get crushed for. Said Derek Carr did all of this, had all this success without a line, but yet Russell Wilson is washed up because he couldn't manage to do some of those very same things without a line. And as you so aptly mentioned, a lineman that we could not wait to get rid of.
My thing is, where the fuck did the whole Russell Wilson is washed up because he had one bad season? I'm gonna be real. I don't give two fucking shits right now, Phil, because it sounds dumb as fuck. All right, it sounds dumb as fuck. If you're saying he's washed up, you're saying that he's overrated, I think you're smoking crystal meth. Or are you snorting? Are you snorting that pure Colombian cocaine?
The pure Colombian.
You're doing something. You're doing one or the other. To be talking out your ass like that, and then but you're saying you're trying to tell me. You're trying to tell me that Derek Carr is better than Russell Wilson.
His numbers would say that it is. And get this. Are you ready for this one? Said Russell Wilson is probably the only man in the NFL who has more fumbles than Derek.
Fam, hold on. Let me go on and cut the line. Let me go on and cut the line now. Hold on. I'm about to cut the line now.
Cut the line.
You hear that?
Just slice it up, get it ready. Somebody get him a dollar bill.
That's what I'm hearing right now.
Just that craziness. Oh, wait.
I'm just like,
thank you, my brother.
We go off for one season. And then it's like, oh, he's all shit. Oh, he's washed up. He's trash. Oh, he's fucking this. Clean your nose before you do it. I ain't Carlton, bro.
Prevents infection. Anywho,
I'm just saying, right? It's funny as hell. It is funny as hell that we've gotten to a point where folks are trying to tell me that Derek Carr is better than Russell Wilson. What's next? Somebody gonna say Derek Carr better than Jesus? I dare somebody say that shit. I'm slapping the shit out of you.
Don't dare.
I'm gonna slap you. I promise you.
Somebody, I promise you. But
I swear, y'all get to that because that's what y'all getting at. Y'all drinking the Jim Jones Kool-Aid.
I promise you.
Oh, you drinking it? Oh, okay. Because that's where it's going at. It's like, God, y'all act like this man walk on water. He don't walk on water on 4th and 2.
Said he just levitates. He don't even walk on water. He just hovers, just like this, like Magneto did out there in Days of Future Past, just chilling. Ooh.
Nah, you know where I'm at? I'm at the point where this man really blocked Paul Gutierrez, who's been covering the Raiders since some of you guys
Oh my
were
lord!
a sperm.
Not even a sperm, a gleam.
I know some of you guys were made in the back of the Coliseum bathroom. So I mean,
or the potty out, or the porta potty in the B lot. It's hard to say, but
stop it.
moving forward, Dion, thank you, my man. Appreciate your
Yeah, I
support.
appreciate it. Yeah,
Uh, it is,
we ain't gonna
but
appreciate you.
all jokes aside, in all seriousness, no, I don't believe Derek Carr is better than Russell Wilson. Do I believe that he is the fourth best quarterback in this division? Until he shows me otherwise, we have nothing else to go off of. Somebody will say, "Oh, but the Raiders beat the Chargers to get into the playoffs." Yes, they did, but Justin Herbert had a way better game than Derek Carr did. Said a lot of that win against the Chargers was Josh Jacobs running all over the place. A lot of that was, well, actually, it wasn't the defense. I'm not getting ready to tell that lie, but they made a timely stop when they needed to at the
Man,
very end.
what you talking about, the playoff game?
No, going into the playoff game, last game of the season.
Yeah, that was the one game I will say that where it was just like, yo, what the fuck? It's like they were folding back and forth, and then okay, now we're making stops, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
How much faith do you have in McDaniels and Ziegler moving forward? Well, for starters, I'm liking what they're fucking doing right now because they're not meeting old boys' demands.
Nope.
They're
Nobody's
not voting and saying, "Oh, we'll give you the $45 million, no trade clause." No. Mm-mm.
Do you see
Ziegler
50
was like,
million?
sugar, you ain't getting it. You ain't getting a damn lick.
I don't know what they told you, but that was them. That's not us. Because people have to realize Tom Brady never made top dollar. Can you guys discuss who would be? Hold on, waiting for my screen to pop. Our next moves, who to sign and draft now, which contracts to restructure to get more cap. That's the thing. You're not going to be able to restructure too many of these deals.
Yeah.
They've already been restructured to the point where you can't get rid of
It's on
guys
the back. It's on the back end like a void.
Between Nassib, Littleton, and Farrell, you got almost 30. That's $36 million right there.
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah,
of $36 million of non-productivity. That's a big, ugly, empty pit. Especially when you got no defensive tackles, you down to one, maybe two corners, and one of those corners is Amik Robertson. But you got a three defensive ends, Max Kuntz and Max Kuntz and Yannick and Nassib.
Yeah.
Question is, are you going to pay Perryman $3 million to be a two down linebacker?
Well, he wasn't. He didn't come off as a two down. He was still out there on plays for like three down.
His pass completion percentage against was 86%. That was, if not the worst in the league, that was
two or three. Wasn't, no. It wasn't worse in the league, bro.
85% for linebackers was worse in the league for linebackers. For anybody with more than a decent amount. But his run defense was phenomenal. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Perriman. Yeah. I would love to see him come back. I honestly think you're not going to be able to replace the production with the price tag. Even if you do bump him up to $3 million, he deserved that for what he did last year. Who to draft? we're going to see it's almost time. We got to see the cuts first. You're starting to see what other teams are doing around, and when you see that, then you have to look at your roster and evaluate who you have at positions to counter this. The need for defensive backs for to field a defense has once again risen even higher than the need was last season.
So if you're the Raiders, you're looking at, for starters, one, you need to fill in about 2 spots at cornerback position. So you got to go free agency there. I mean, I say going to make your big move with Jackson. You could probably draft another corner. You're probably going to end up re-signing one of the guys that we had. Then you said with the back end, I mean, we still got Gillespie, and we haven't seen what he's been able to really do. And then you can also, again, draft another corner. I mean, safety. But really, with the way a lot of these defenses are working, it all starts up front. Yeah. We're going to have to draft a defensive tackle. You're going to have to also draft maybe, 2 or 3 linebackers? Or maybe I say draft 1 or 2 and then add another in free agency?
Yeah. I think you probably got to draft 2 tackles at least. That's where I would draft 2, sign a free agent, not a low cost free agent, but a good veteran leader. But you're going to need some of these hogs up front who are going to be eating for a good long while, that full 5 years, because you can't afford to go out and get quality defensive tackles anymore. To get a top tier defensive tackle, you got to be willing to come out 15 to 20 million, and they just don't have it to do that. Not this year. Next year is different, but next year.
So let's look at the current state of the roster. I mean, that'll be the best way of putting it. Because I know that shit. If you're the Raiders, you can also still re-sign. You're probably going to end up re-signing, remember, Jefferson. You're going to end up re-signing him again.
For how much? Did he earn a raise? Does he come back at 3.5? Because right now they're currently sitting at 18. 17.
Look, I'm going to put it like this. Think about Max's contract and how they're probably going to play this out. You can turn it into an extension like how you did with Colton Miller's. Think about it.
There's your restructure.
So it will be more wiggle room at that. Plus, on however you do it, you may take your big hit, maybe 2024.
Or you could absorb it in 23. 23 is where they got all the cap space in the world, 153 million. Phylon, they're looking into to check where he is in terms of his recovery from his injury.
Yeah,
and it's going to be a toss. Yeah, it's going to be a toss up to see whether or not they're going to offer him enough money to stay, or if he's going to leave to go with Bradley. I would like to offer him enough money to stay, because I feel like he was a dominant rush defensive tackle when he was healthy. What you got there, Jones?
Y'all make somebody.
Titans just signed Harold Landry.
Y'all make somebody want to drink. Okay, so this is your unrestricted free agent list. Okay, we ain't bring back Barber. Carey ain't coming back. You could bring back Faison. I think your better shot, you could bring him back. Jermaine Luminor, I'm definitely going to look to bring him back. It could be a little easier to have a guy that should have been starting over Jonathan Simpson. Damn, you got Jackson. We already know about Hayward. He's most likely probably going to end up going to the Colts. So it's Deshaun Jackson, Quentin Jefferson, Zay Jones, Mariota, Nick Martin. McCoy, Morrow, Parker, hell no. Desmond
You
Freeman,
want to answer
DuPont,
this one,
hell
Phil?
no. Huh?
You want to answer this?
Shay, we're already dealing with that right now. If you go back, EC, stop it, stop it right now.
Now make me put you on timeout. I will.
I need y'all to really think. I don't. Do y'all really? I want
The
raise
question.
your hold on. Raise your hand if you actually go and look and observe all the contracts, all of them.
I see you. All of you
Oh, okay, hold
callers,
on. Shay
yeah.
was saying for Max Crosby. Hold on. Go back to what Shay was
Yeah,
saying.
I'm going back.
Oh, they just extended Harold Landry?
Yes. 5 years, 87.5 million, 52
See,
guaranteed.
hence why they didn't go with,
Why they didn't tag
putting a tag on them. That's where I'm looking at. To be honest, that's what you can fucking pay about what? Max. That's about the same amount you can pay Max. 136 mil?
87.5. 5 years, 87.5.
That's
52.5 guaranteed.
and that was the
Actually
extension.
a great deal. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Instead of
That's
that
17.5
wild
million.
ass prediction that they came up with. Yeah, I swear a lot of people are really sensitive over that one tweet by SB Nation.
How dare they? How dare they not say anything?
Did Max put up Harold Landry numbers?
Sure didn't. But he got all those pressures. And PFF ranked him up high.
Pressure ain't paying for sacks, bro. That's what I don't get where everybody jumps on this pressure shit. Seriously.
Said in order to command top dollar, you have to have double-digit sacks. In order to command top dollar, you have to have more than 12 sacks. In order to command top dollar, you got to be putting up at least 15 sacks. 8 sacks is slightly above half of 15. That's not top dollar. Now, looking at Harold Landry's deal of 17.5 million, I feel good paying Max that. I'll give him 90.
I keep him where Harold Landry is. So that's what, 31 sacks. Well, let's hold up. I do it like this. This is the best way of doing it. Doing comparison. So what, 2019? That's 2020 season.
It don't mean a thing if you ain't got that swing. Chibap, 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 chibap.
All right, so that's
don't.
what, 26 and a half sacks.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Max Crosby.
Mm. Yeah.
They got the same amount.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah, so I'm going to pay them about the same amount.
That's about right.
I think first off, for starters, you ain't got to go batshit crazy and paying Max, really.
Are you sure about that?
I'm goddamn sure.
Batshit crazy with me.
I'm damn sure. Cause what's my man's contract? What's that joint looking like? Oh shit! I earned 27 million a year.
Base salary is high up there with roster bonuses, and
Well, depending on you how you spread it, you know. All right,
that's that's
so
that's high, and it's a 5-year deal. So I mean, I don't know how that would be 27 million a year. It's
yeah,
87.
that's about 100 and some.
Yeah,
That's
that's
still about
way.
100 and some.
That'd be almost double that.
Hold on, I give him. Let's see.
Hey, you tripping, homie?
Yeah,
So,
that's
yeah, 17 is 17 and that's 15 to 17 is about what he should be at. 12 and a half is what I saw EC put down. And that's honestly what his production in terms of sacks where that would have him.
God damn, hell no. Yeah, you
Yeah.
said so. You said about what 17?
Yeah. 17 and a half is
17 and a
what it
half
breaks
million.
down
Yeah,
for Harold Landry. Let's say I will say to make him have well, and then you also got to take into consideration we're talking about Las Vegas and their absence of a income tax,
yeah,
which
about 17.5 million dollars would actually be more reasonable. Would actually, and if you do it as an extension within what you have right now in his final deal for this year, that would actually be the wiggle room I was talking about earlier. That would actually be able to help him out, well, help us out. Because
good evening, Kevin.
hey Greg, how you doing? Because I mean, you only had how many sacks?
8.
Because your production went down.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody's gonna say, "Oh, well, he's holding. They're holding. They're holding."
Don't matter. Don't matter. Don't matter.
Exactly.
I don't want to hear it. Don't want to hear it. Don't want to hear it at all. At all. But
I'm just gonna. Oh, I ain't Reggie, mother. Oh man, yeah.
Get him. Said you ain't finna press me with some empty yardage when you got half the touchdowns
Right.
of all the other quarterbacks. Get him.
I'm sorry, I'm not paying Max where he's making about 136 mil. And I know Dave Ziegler is looking at the same fucking thing like the fuck? I'm telling you this, and I want a lot of folks to understand this. Dave Ziegler hearing all this wild out of that. This is why you have a lot of these out of whack contracts on the roster right now, ladies and gentlemen. This is why you can't make the wiggle room because you had to extend it again. I had to extend him again, and extend him again, and again, and again. And I got everybody's contract on the back end where if I void it, I'm going to get hit with this bullshit.
All of it at once up front.
At the most, I'm giving Max Crosby maybe about 17 to 18 mil. I'm not going into the 20s.
Nope.
I mean, shit, real talk. Be grateful what you're getting because what you were making when you came out as a rookie, 690,000, 870,000. Last year, you made about that minimum. Hassan Reddick was still on a rookie contract, bruh.
Mm-hmm. Add incentives, 10 sacks plus accelerates bonus, Pro
So
Bowl.
this year you're making about what $4.1 million.
Get out of here, you problematic causing motherfucker. Don't be bringing that bullshit
What's
over
up,
here
Dubs?
talking about all of that car shit you be talking about, starting wars on people's lives and shit. Get out of here.
Hey, we can't be starting the wars, you know.
Oh yeah.
They ain't got heavy artillery, but what I'm saying is going back with free agency was like defensive tackles. You know, you can bring back Jefferson, you can bring back Solomon Thomas. Like I said, I don't know. Nobody knows right now where Phylon is health wise.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he probably takes something probably about what 1.5, maybe 2 mil. He did a great job. But yeah, you can draft about 1 or 2 D tackles. What the Raiders are probably going to end up doing, they're going to end up trying to trade back and try to load up on a couple more picks. Calais Campbell, that would be nice, but
what's it going to cost you?
Exactly.
He's gonna if he's asking for more than 3.5, more than 4. So you're better off drafting.
That's what I'm saying. A lot of you guys got to realize.
Backsliding. We went from 75 to 60. You hard on him, Kenneth. I'm not playing for you, bro. Your team is gonna be ass because nobody makes any money.
God dang, this buff. Damn.
Backsliding like a motherfucker over here.
This motherfucker like
gonna be the contract negotiator from hell. What was
damn
the last
slave driver, bro?
You know what I'm saying? Over here, yeah, I offered you 75. Well, the next day I offer is 6, is 50.
Fam, he's like,
wait, what?
He said, you working for 60 mil. Yeah, you
And
take it or leave it, motherfucker.
And love it. Love it or leave it.
I don't know. Maybe the league just getting so damn sensitive. It's gonna be a 1 year, 8 million. Yeah,
power to them. The Raiders can't afford that.
Shit, it was a time you could afford that shit. I mean, you're gonna have to release some folks. I mean, you probably release Denzel Good, free up some cap. Blah 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 blah. You could cut Kwiatkowski. You could cut now. If you cut Littleton,
Kwiatkowski is going to be one of those deferred cap hits because he's owed a lot of money as well.
I'm just gonna say you cut Littleton right now, and you know a lot of people just say, "Oh yeah, you know they don't care about it how it's going to turn out in the following years." You say that shit now. This is why you got the new regime. The new regime then came in. They're like, "What the fuck, bro?"
Yeah,
got to put us in a bad hole.
Hamstrung, can't do nothing.
They like, can I borrow a player? I got $225. Let me borrow your player for a day. Let me borrow him for a ham sandwich. That's what we at. See, back then when we had Reggie McKenzie with this kind of cap, oh shit, we've been all right. Inflation, bitches. Inflation. Cut Littleton and sign. I mean, yeah, you do it, but like again, now here's the other question. Are you gonna deal with the Gerald McCoy situation?
They can cut him. Isn't he a free agent or is he still under contract? I believe he's a free agent.
Man, 35 years old.
If he's a free agent, you wash your hands and you wish him the best.
Yeah, he'll be a free agent.
Yeah, and you wash your hands and you wish that man the best. Good riddance and Godspeed. Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. We thank you for your service. Once a Raider, always a Raider. West, they have no choice with where they are in terms of the cap room. They got it. They're going to have to. The way that they're going to get better and sustainably is by drafting. They'll be able to maintain player controls on team-friendly deals for the longest amount of time, and they stand the chance of getting top-tier talent as long as they can evaluate and draft it. because even though the cap has gone up, they're not going to have real cap space until next year. Next year is when they can throw all types of money at everybody.
But this is why Champ Kelly, he came in the last few days of the Senior Bowl, came right in on that sideline trying to figure out what can I get? What am I going to be able to get out of some of these guys right away? Because I think they were already looking at this matter as I want to try to get somebody that can be a long-term factor who can fit within the defense and also play a solid, good role on the offense. So they're going to be very heavily invested with this draft, and I don't blame them. They're going to try to look to probably add maybe one or two wide receivers. I say two at best. They're going to try to grab maybe a tight end. They're going to look to grab one or two linebackers. They're going to be trying to trade back on some picks, or if they can trade some of our players that we have under contract, they'll look to they'll probably look to trade them.
Oh,
Maybe
wow.
what?
Seahawks just released Bobby Wagner.
That's your linebacker you can grab.
That just happened.
That could be your linebacker you could grab. But that was expected.
Yeah.
That was expected. You got to look. They're about to do a full rebuild.
Yeah.
That's why they said they're going to go with Drew Lock. They're like, all our old cats, they're going to go on. They're just going to let them go. With Lockett and with DK Metcalf, they're still young. They're still part of that nucleus. They're not going to let go of that.
Interesting thought here, Kenneth. Trade Josh Jacobs, and at the beginning of last year, I would have agreed with you. I think that I believe that his 5th-year option will be picked up this year, so that would give another team 2 more years of control if you were to trade him now. But I think that they are going to hang on to Josh Jacobs at this time, and he will not be getting traded.
Yeah, they're going to hold on to him.
I like that. I like that a lot. Pistola. I like that a lot.
Yeah,
Bobby
nice.
Wag, Divine, and Denzel DP. No pun intended. But now the question is, what is Bobby Wagner going to cost?
What was KJ Wright about to cost?
Oh, Bobby Wagner and KJ Wright are nowhere near the same
Okay,
price.
I'm saying, what did KJ Wright cost?
Ended up being like 5 million, something like that.
Okay, that was weeks. KJ's probably gonna be looking for about 10 to 11.
He was 3.25, 3.25 is what he was at.
So again, they're gonna see. You gotta look what.
God
you
damn,
see what they're gonna be running with that offense.
I don't know about,
but you know they're gonna be running power. They're gonna be running the power offense. So you need a big back like Jacobs, and then Regis actually has a big shot of blowing up.
Real opportunity to make the most.
You can't have a small. You know what I just realized?
What's that?
They stopped using a lot of the smaller backs last time in New England.
They went bigger with Ramondre Stevenson and
I mean, Harris is still a decent size.
Right.
He's about like Jacob's size, but he can power through. You remember how they had Rex Burkhead? White was just, hey, you couldn't get rid of a guy like White. He was really good.
Mm-hmm.
He could run the ball, but he could also catch the ball at the backfield. I don't see Rashard coming back. I think they're gonna let him go. I think Rashard is gone.
I like Ty Chandler out of North Carolina, and it's debatable on if he's going to get drafted or not. If he doesn't, that's definitely a guy they should look at picking up as a UDFA.
I think he could get picked up. I mean, you could get Pierce, or you could get Haskins.
DJ Chark is on their radar, is a target. It's a question of what it is, how much he's going to want to actually, given his injury history. It would be best to bring him in on a prove it deal. Whenever you see these Raiders go out in free agency, what you're going to see is a lot of 1-year deals, basically to bridge the gap to get them the next year when they can actually make some moves. So DJ Chark is in need of a prove it deal because his market is so incredibly low due to not being able to stay healthy that he can't command top dollar. So he comes and produces, has a career best season like everybody seems to have with DC, and he can get his money. If they gave it said if the lowest tender is 2.4,
damn, that saves him $16.6 million. By
what?
Letting go of Bobby Wagner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he had a $20 million cap hit. That was nuts when I saw it. I was like, I mean, he's worth it, but damn. Until you don't have to pay it.
Let's see what that comes.
Ingold, so 2.5 was top dollar for me. As I wouldn't have gone over 2.5 for Ingold. I think Ingold offers you enough to be worth it to cover the 2.5 million, and the familiarity with the line and the quarterback, and the running back is one you don't always want to mess with.
He was going to make about 20 million. Okay, yeah. So it's about 16 you freed up. You lose about 3.7 mil from him.
Yeah, they saved 13 million. Or no, they saved the 16. Yeah, they saved the 16. The 3 is what made it up.
So he'll get paid. He'll get that amount. Huh. No, I'm just thinking a few things. That's what's going on in that front office. Everybody's like, why are the Raiders so quiet? What's going on? What are they going to do? What's this? What's that? The motherfuckers really got to process what the hell they got to do first.
That mountain just got a little taller right in front of them.
That fucking move that Denver pulled today, yeah, it just made your job a little bit difficult than what it was, than what it should have been. That's all I'm saying.
Because no matter what, Derek don't play defense, and that defense has got a lot of work. Is going to have a lot of work to do. 6 games a season.
That's true, but you still got to score points.
Absolutely,
you got to score in that red zone. I mean, we keep talking about, it's funny. We keep talking about the defense this, defense that, defense that. But defense was by far doing the best we've seen in God knows how long. And it seems like we still try to crucify the defense. Why is that?
Because it's always their fault. They're so low in the league. It's a compliment, as everybody will tell you. Football is a complimentary game, and when you talk about how bad a defense is, you talk about how much time they are spending on the field. Said the natural balance to that would be your offense maintaining drives, not going 3 and out, not converting 1 out of 14 third downs, 1 out of 12 third downs, 1 out of 13, 2 out of 14 for a month straight, sacrifice leaving your defense to die out there on the field. There's blame to go around everywhere,
Yeah,
but at some point, everything can't be everybody else's fault. And that does, and the flip side of that, everything can't be the fault of one person when there's 53 other guys.
exactly. I mean, we can go down and look at, well, you had a problem with the O-line, revolving doors. You can go down the list at, well, hey, your running back wasn't being consistent. The play calling wasn't looking like this that you wanted. A lot of your quarterback's not doing this. And then you had your wide receivers not on the same page with them. I mean, there's a whole bunch of shit. And Will is right. It is an offensive game now.
And scoring more points is the name of the game. Has always been. Always been. But back to what Kenneth said, if you can find somebody who will offer you the type of trade package that Seattle got for Russell Wilson, at this point, it would be very hard to say no to that. Washington supposedly offered the Seahawks 3 first-round picks and a couple 2 seconds.
Yeah.
3 first-round picks and 2 seconds. That would be more trade compensation than they got back for Khalil. They got 3 and a third. So you look at where we are in terms of what they need moving forward. The mountain that is the AFC West getting tougher to climb, having to go through a Denver team that's now going to be able to score points. The problems that you've had consistently with Kansas City. Chargers, you've been splitting games with the Chargers for the last 5 years. Before then, the Chargers were running you out of the gym, out of the stadium every time they saw you. The Raiders have to get better all the way around, and you got to explore every option, every possibility. So we're going into year 9 now for Derek. Year 9.
Hey, man.
One can only hope, Wes. One can only hope. But
look, I would have been fine with him if you weren't dealing with what's happening in the AFC West. Again, you're dealing with Mahomes, Herbert, and Wilson.
Dangerous.
Yes, you're not. You're not like. I know a lot of folks are like, well, he's not playing defense. I know he's not playing defense. my phone's blown up. I'm sorry, bro. But what makes this shit wild is you're gonna have to battle it out. Yes, you're not, playing the deep, like battling. I mean, yeah, technically speaking, you are battling against that other quarterback. Who's gonna throw more touchdowns than the other? Yeah, Denver's O-line was ranked 11th. That's why I keep looking at folks like, what the fuck are y'all smoking?
That offensive line, though. They got rid of Noah Fant. They need Noah
Surprise,
Fant.
motherfuckers.
They don't have Shelby Harris. And they gave up a whole shit ton of draft picks. They can't even draft. But it's going to be interesting to see how this all continues to play out because, like we said, the season has unofficially started on March 8th. So they're not supposed to have legal tampering for free agency till the 14th. The official league year doesn't start until March 16th. And yet we've had franchise tags, we've had a trade, we've had a couple big re-signings. We've had all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
So it really becomes it's really going to be very important for everybody to keep an eye on what the Raiders do in terms of who they cut, who they re-sign, and if they are successful in trying to trade any of their players that they think are salary cap casualties or just aren't where they want to be and where they want to go in a different direction. So this year, like I said, this week, excuse me, not this year, this week is going to be, obviously it's a Tuesday. So, and we've had this kind of a day. So it's only going to continue to get wilder as we get closer and closer to the free agency marker.
Damn, this is.
Yeah, I remember Alberto. He was running in that 4.49 too.
Damn.
Brad, the salary cap is a real thing, and we can't just overlook the salary cap. There's $18 million, and it sounds like a lot of money, but it's not. So, but we're about 58 minutes in. Phil, you got anything else?
All I can say is we in for a long fucking battle. All I can really say is, can the Raiders make some moves where it helps benefit us long term? Could they make a trade? Could they just say, "Oh, hey, you know what? Let's go on and grab this guy. We need somebody that can be a superstar for us because we're gonna need that. They're gonna need to also damn sure get a wide receiver, bro. They got some needs. I mean, it's not bad, but they got some needs. I mean, you can also bring some of these guys that are young, restricted free agents back. Because it sounds like Illuminor wants to come back. So
We'll see. It definitely should be interesting. Absolutely. But with that being said, this is the end of the Unfiltered Truth. As always, please like, subscribe, give us an unfiltered salute. If this is your first time, thank you for joining us. Don't let it be your last. Stick around, hear what we have to say. We can make conversions out of anybody. Look, we got a KC fan in our midst. He was talking real reckless the first day that he showed up.
Madness.
But we got him. But now look at him. He cool.
Yeah.
Also, we are pushing our memberships subscriptions for the regular Unfiltered Truthers. Get your shout outs, get your special recognitions, and all of that good stuff. And we have the After Dark members only show that goes on after the After Dark show on Saturday nights. So subscribe to that, link up, help us continue to expand our channel, broaden our horizons, bring you more content. Said, and with that, we out.
Peace.